Hey folks, how's it going? Today we are talking about Close Enough, one of the newest shows here on HBO Max. So who else got it? Did anybody else get HBO Max? Just me? So Close Enough here was created by J.G. Quintel. He was the guy who made Regular Show, which aired on Cartoon Network back in 2010, and I believe it ran for about 7 or 8 years. I love that show. It is so good. One of my favorite things to come out of the network. And it was very fortunate timing for me because in 2010, I was halfway through college. I didn't start watching Regular Show until around 2012, where I was done with college. And to me, the show felt like a love letter to folks who were at that stage of life, where you're kind of in this awkward phase of where you're done with high school. You're not quite sure what you're doing as an adult, an early adult with your early 20s. So you're kind of picking up these odd jobs. You don't have a lot of money. Having like $10 is a really big deal, but you're gonna go out and blow it on like a giant burrito, hanging with your friends, living loose, having fun. You still got youth on your side, that kind of stuff. Though Regular Show goes a lot more extreme with it, of course, because it's like anything but regular. There's an escalation throughout most of these episodes where it's like, oh, we're talking to deities. We're having a shootout with a bunch of Chuck E. Cheese robots in the FBI. Just this craziness, which is usually the case for most episodes of Regular Show. Mordecai, Rigby, Muscle Man, all these folks going off on crazy adventures. Starts off with them just mowing the yard, and then it goes off the tracks. That all being said, Close Enough is a show that was stuck in production hell. It was supposed to air, I believe, on Cartoon Network. It was made by Cartoon Network, but the show has an adult tone to it. They use curse words, they talk about sex, there's some suggestive language and stories and themes in the show. Nothing I would call like South Park levels of dirtiness, but definitely mature, like a step above The Simpsons. And it's where I said that Regular Show is about 20-year-olds. Close Enough is for 30-year-olds, where it's like you're now done with college, you have a job, a career, trying to figure out the family thing about being a responsible adult, raising your kid, taking them to school, all the nuances of being an adult in your 30s, of starting a family and the craziness that ensues. And it's, again, serendipitous because I'm 31. So when I see this show, it feels like they're adding me on Twitter. They're targeting me and specifically saying, hey, Saberspark, I bet you sit on the couch wearing a Snuggie, drinking wine while watching the Great British Bake Off on a Friday night too. That literally happened in the show. I wasn't wearing a Snuggie, it's a blanket instead, but my God, it's like uncanny how accurate it is. It's like, oh no, is this true? Am I getting old? Am I the old guy now who's not cool? I never was cool to begin with. Oh God. The main characters are Josh and Emily. Josh here is voiced by J.G. Quintel, who also, J.G., voiced Mordecai in Regular Show. So in a way, it feels a bit like Mordecai, and like, I don't know, they're both tall and lanky, though one's a bird and one's a human. And it makes you wonder if it's like this is the spiritual successor of Mordecai and where his story would have gone. Though technically, with the conclusion of Regular Show, we know what happened, so I guess that's a moot point. But we follow Emily and Josh as they raise their daughter. They live in a house where they've got 2 roommates that were once a couple, but then now they're divorced. You got their landlord lady who's like an ex-cop. They go off on adventures and craziness. It's got a bit of that Regular Show escalation where like you start here and it's kind of the norm and then it gets crazy throughout the episode. So I appreciate that. I guess this show made me realize how much I miss Regular Show. I'm glad it completed on a high note, but it's like, oh, this feels good. This feels familiar. I missed this. But it's with a new coat of paint, with the new take on like the 30-year-old lifestyle of being young adults with your kid. That being said, I'm not completely sold on the characters yet. I prefer the characters from Regular Show. But to be fair to that point, I mean, I got to know Regular Show characters for quite some time. Close Enough's only been out for like a week, and only has like the 1 season under its belt, which I think was around like 10 episodes. I'm not really a fan of how they cut the episodes up. I don't know. Whatever. So that all being said, I do appreciate the jokes. I got some big laughs. I marathoned the show in one day. I enjoyed it. I really hope that HBO Max keeps going with Close Enough, keep making more seasons. I enjoy it. I think it's a very unique title for the streaming service, so keep running with it. And it's good to see JG Quintel back in the business, doing his thing, that he was able to actually get the show out. Because there was a time where I was like, is this show dead? Is it dead in the water? Is it even going to happen? And it's like, okay, finally, here it is. It's on HBO Max. Cool. So those are my general thoughts, kind of to the point. Let me know what you all think in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.